Does it feel like your life is out of your control? Does it feel like you're living the life of others rather than living your own life? Are you saying yes to things when you should be saying no? When we don't set healthy boundaries, when we don't choose ourselves, this can make us feel disempowered. But it is in taking control of our life again, in choosing to do things for ourselves, this is when we can regain our empowerment, regain our strength. Because this is your life, and the only way that you can feel empowered in it is by taking that control back. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. We people please. We choose to do things that are out of alignment with our souls. We don't set healthy boundaries, and we keep saying yes to things that we don't actually want to do. We're literally sitting on the sidelines of our own lives, and we're allowing people to take us for granted. And this can literally diminish our self-worth and our own self-respect. We think that people don't respect us, but if we don't respect ourselves, then that's going to mirror into our relationships as well. This is how we feel a loss of control. And that's a lot of the things that I've been going through lately is like similar to that. I lost my voice, and that's one of my biggest wounds, is losing my voice, is staying quiet, is not setting healthy boundaries. It's like if you ignore the situation, or if you just keep saying yes, then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But the more you go along with something that's not good for you, where you should be saying no instead of yes, this can really deplete your energy and make you feel a loss of power. It can weaken you. And I liken it to going into this childlike state, and this has happened to me so many times. Like if I've been around toxic energy for too long and I haven't set my own boundaries, this has depleted me so much. Like I describe it as being in a glass box screaming to get out, but I haven't been able to hear myself. That's how disempowered I was. Now, this was a few years ago, and thankfully I have regained my strength over the last couple of years because I've done that inner work. But there was other aspects of my life lately that I was still allowing myself to become disempowered. And that's the thing, we can easily blame the external. We can easily say that a person is disrespecting us. We can easily say that, this person is taking me for granted, or, why do they keep using me, this kind of energy. But we overextend ourselves as people pleasers, or I'm a recovered people pleaser, thankfully. But as we just want to look after other people. That's what we want to do. Our biggest objective is to help others. But if you're helping somebody so much or doing things for other people, you're neglecting your own needs. And if you neglect your own needs, you're going to deplete. Your glass won't be half full. It'll actually be shattered, and that's how far it will go. So not using your voice, not setting those boundaries, saying yes all the time instead of saying no as a full sentence, these are all ways that we can become disempowered. So look around your life. This can come to any aspect. It doesn't have to be, it can be romantic relationships, friendships, family members, or work relationships. Where are you overextending yourself? Where are you living the life of other people? Are you making choices based on what you want or based on what other people want? And I have this question I used to ask myself when I started to awaken. Does this make me happy, or does it make society happy? And society can be replaced by family, friends, work relationships. It can be replaced by anything. Does this actually make you happy, or are you doing the thing to make other people happy? Now, I'm all for making other people happy. This is what lights me up. But how can you be happy in yourself if you're not looking after your needs, if you're not empowering yourself? And I find with anything that we overextend ourselves in, this can really come back to our self-worth. It can actually deplete our self-worth. And I've experienced this lately myself. It's like because you allow the behavior of others to continue by not setting boundaries, by not choosing yourself, this can make you feel unworthy. This can make you feel that you're not respected. And in turn, then, this it weakens you in all aspects of your life. Because for me, for example, I was allowing certain dynamics and not setting healthy boundaries, not using my voice, sitting in the corner being quiet. And this in turn triggered my inner child wounding, triggered my lack of self-worth, triggered my lack of belief in myself, because I allowed that situation to make me feel like I wasn't good enough, because I wasn't standing in my power and I wasn't using my voice. And this really spiraled for me, and I went down and down and down, like this, just feeling like I was sorry, these words come into my head from my exes all the time, like the words worthless piece of shit. But like, that kind of mentality comes back into my mind when I don't use my own voice or when I don't empower myself. You know what I mean? And then I go back into this little box and I'm like, if I stay quiet, it'll be fine. It's okay. And this is the thing with relationships as well. I feared confrontation in relationships. I was afraid to rock the boat. I was afraid that I wasn't afraid my opinion didn't matter. I was told over and over again my opinion didn't matter. I was told over and over again to shut up. So this is something that disempowered me in relationships. And that wound was re-triggered lately. And it gravitates into all aspects of our lives. That self-worth wound is probably one of the biggest ones we'll ever have to contend with. It triggers your abandonment issues. It triggers your fear of rejection. And this can happen through a romantic situation or friendships, but it can gravitate into every aspect of your life. So work relationships as well. So if I feel unworthy based on a relationship dynamic, I will actually start to believe that in all aspects of my life. Unconsciously, my inner child will start thinking, okay, I'm not good enough for this. I feel weak. I'm not using my voice. My opinion doesn't matter. And then the seeds of doubt would come in when it comes to my career and my purpose. And I'm like, who are you to do anything? You're not good enough. All of these things keep coming back in and make me feel even more disempowered. And it's only in taking that step back, setting those healthy boundaries, saying no when I wanted or when I was feeling obliged to say yes, standing in my authenticity, that's when I was able to feel empowered again. And that's another thing. It's authenticity. It's living in your truth. Because oftentimes when we're people pleasing, when we're saying yes to other people, we're wearing a mask. We're hiding. We're hiding behind something that isn't us. And because we feel weak. Internally, we're feeling weak. Or internally, we're not feeling good enough. Internally, we don't want to hurt people. But if we don't set boundaries, if we don't empower ourselves, then we're hurting ourselves. And it'll get to the stage, if you continue down the road of no boundaries, not respecting yourself, allowing yourself to be taken for granted, you will continue to diminish and deplete and disappear. So you can't, because your life force is being sucked out of you because you're over giving to other people and not giving to yourself, you're going to end up just gone. And this happened to me, in my family dynamic that I had to walk away from a couple of years ago. I was overgiving, I was overextending, I was surrounded by negative energy all the time. And I went to nothing. My health, both mental and physical, deteriorated because I was becoming so disempowered, because I wasn't using my voice, because I wasn't setting boundaries. And it takes a long time to come back from that. You have to walk away from these situations. And that's another thing. We have to make the hard choices in this life. It's not even just what is disempowering you. Who is disempowering you? Are there people in your life that are draining your energy and are just using you because you're the yes person? Guarantee. We think, oh my God, this really bugs me. We think that if we don't say yes to a person, that they're going to get stuck, that they're not going to have the ability to live their own fucking life and do it anyway. But guaranteed, this is the same in a work dynamic. If, we're yes, I'll do everything. I'll work those 12-hour shifts. I'll work like a dog. I'll work in pain. Because if I don't say yes, you're going to fire me. And it's like this energy of if I don't say yes, you won't respect me. You won't validate me. But guaranteed, if you said no, especially in a work situation, you're a fucking number to that person. You think that they ask you all the time because they think highly of you. No, they ask you all the time because you've no fucking boundaries. They walk all over you because you've no boundaries. You think, oh my God, this person needs me. That person sees you as a fucking number. You know what I mean? And it's the same in any aspect of your life. If you've got a codependent family member who uses you all the time for their needs, they're like, I've no one else to help me. Yes, you fucking do. Guaranteed. If you were gone away for like a week or something, that person would have a way of dealing with this shit. They're adults. They're well capable of living their own lives. But yet we think that we have some obligation, especially when it's family, to live their lives for them. If I'm not here, oh my God, no. Like, this is like, this prevents people from moving out of home and stuff like that as well. It's like, I can't leave home now because my parents need me. No, they don't. You have to fly the fucking nest. Oh my God. And like, oh Jesus, this really bugs me. Like, because I've done it myself. I wasn't even living with my dad 2 years ago. And I used to drive up there, like, I'd spend 4 days of the week there because he had no car. I live over an hour away from him. He surely could have found somebody to borrow a car or get a lift off of closer to home. And he would have. But I just felt obligated. I was like, I have to help him. No. Oh my God. And that's when my energy went to fucking shit, like. And this is the dynamic with a lot of people that still live at home as well. It's like, literally, I can't leave home because my parents need me. No, they don't. They're grown adults, and it's time for you to leave the nest so they can actually live their life properly. Because that's another thing. Like, I know I'm going into a little bit of a tangent here. If you mollycoddle adults too early, they will get old before their time. So you thinking that you're helping somebody, you're actually taking away their ability to live their own fucking life. They become codependent and they become needy. You're putting them into a fucking nursing home well before their fucking time because you're not letting them live their own lives. And I went back to this, I don't know why I'm on this tangent right now, but like there's a documentary where they took elderly people out of a nursing home, put them into a house and told them to fend for themselves. At first it was a struggle because they were all fucking seized up and they were in pain. But after a week or whatever length of time, they were like, oh my God, I feel younger than ever. I feel like I'm independent now. So therefore, like, it's literally, if you're mollycoddling somebody well before they need you to mollycoddle them, and then you're taking away, like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, that's another thing of like not living your own life. That's disempowering yourself because you're living the life of somebody else. And you're taking away their ability to live their own life. But at the end of the day, this person or those people, if you say no to them, they're going to replace you. And that's a fact. So ask yourself, who is disempowering me? You know what I mean? What is disempowering me? Do I need to make the decision to walk away from certain people? Because that's another thing I've mentioned lately. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. Are you trying to expand your life, but hanging around with people who are doing low vibrational things and keeping you stuck? Are you doing the same thing over and over again, and then you're wondering why your life isn't expanding? You can't expect something to change if you don't fucking change it. And you can't expect to feel empowered if you don't take action and take control over your own life. And this is the fact. This is it, like. You and you alone have the power to change things. You and you alone have the choice every single day to live your life or live the life of someone else. So, I know how difficult it is to become so weak and disempowered by not setting boundaries, by not saying no. I know what that's like. And I know how bad it can get. So literally, get this shit done before it's too late. Before you don't have the energy or the ability to take your power back. And it is possible no matter how far you got. Because I had to go to complete shit before I had to walk away from family and literally take my power back. And it took me a long time to come out of that. It really did. I had a fear-based entity attached to me. I was living in a constant state of fear. My immune system was gone to shit. My mental health was fucked. You know what I mean? I had no energy. I had no will to live. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for my dogs, I wouldn't have been able to get myself out of that. I would have just gone to nothing. And This is the thing. I was able to empower myself by daily healings and also just making those hard decisions every day. But that's the thing I'll keep going back to. Oftentimes we're surrounded by the wrong people. We're doing things for the wrong people. And this is what's draining our energy. This is what's disempowering us. And that's the thing with the self-worth. We're doing these things to feel respected. We're doing these things to feel validated because we haven't healed from past trauma. And in not feeling that validation from these people, because these people don't give a fucking shit, they're only fucking using you anyway, we're never going to actually feel that validation or that worth. That worth comes from within. It's called self-worth. It comes from within. How do we build our self-worth? How do we build our self-empowerment? By doing the work ourselves, by regaining control of our lives, by taking our power back, by making those hard decisions to live the life that you desire, the life that you deserve, the life that you are capable of achieving. You're here for divine purpose. You're not here to live somebody else's life. You're not here to sit on the sidelines of your own life. Take control now. Rebuild your self-worth. Rebuild your empowerment by saying no, by choosing yourself, by walking away from situations, dynamics, people. What are you observing on television even? What are you absorbing into your body, whether it be, the news, negativity, junk food, alcohol, drugs, overworking. That's the saying yes when you should be saying no energy. You should be looking after yourself and regaining control of your life. And the only way you can do that is by looking around you and asking yourself, what is making me feel drained? Where am I overextending myself? Where am I allowing myself to be taken for granted? Why do I feel disrespected? And bring that all back to you. How can I respect myself? How can I not let myself be taken for granted? What can I do to take my power back? What can I do to say no? Where do I need to say no? It's time to choose yourself. It's time to choose your own life and your own authenticity. Because you only get one chance at this. You only get one chance at this specific life. Yes, we are reincarnated over and over again, but this is the only time that you have right now as the person you are right now. Are you going to waste that life living for somebody else, or are you going to take control of your life again? So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help you on your path.